What's good, pimp? Today we got a special video. We're talking about the top 5 rules of dating women, and I wrote this especially for 2019. Though, to be honest, this list of rules in general is a good list in general. So let's not waste any time. And for those of you, if this is your first time here and you're interested in dating, relationships, self-improvement, and motivational content, hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you can join that Unleash notification gang, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, number 1, make sure she comes from a solid home. Pretty much all of the most craziest stories, the craziest bitches, the craziest chicks, the type of chicks that'll key your car, bleach your fucking clothes, tell you that their uncle touched them. Most of the time when you look back and you look at their fucking lineage, you trace back their family, their situation, how they grew up, their everything, most of the time it tells the story. It's kind of like when I'm on fucking YouTube or some shit. A lot of times when you're YouTube or you read some comment that's a stupid fucking comment, and when I say stupid, I don't mean it's stupid because it fucking disagrees with me. I mean it's fucking stupid because it's a troll comment. Most of the time when you read the comment and then you go to the name, most of the time it makes sense. You read a comment, it's turning someone down, then you read the name and it's like Chronic Masturbator 92 or some shit. That type of shit, let me put it like this. If you were born in another country, it's going to affect how you are. If you were born at another age of time, it's going to affect how you are. Your friends, your family, your environment, everything around you, it all is everything that makes up you. The languages you're speaking, the ideologies that you hold. If you have a girl who came from nothingness or came from a failed broken home, family, our parents were arguing, maybe a single mom, maybe she abused her, maybe, let me put it like this. I know a girl who, she was pretty much level-headed. Pretty much all the girls I knew that were level-headed, most of the time when I looked at their family wasn't that crazy. But then the girls who were nutcases, who were fucking knuckleheads, they were just consistently, you look at their family, most of the time their father isn't around, or they have a broken, rocky relationship with their father. And it's unfortunate, but I'm not here to play motherfucking, save a hoe. I'm not here to play Captain Save every single broken chick, because at the end of the day, most of these broken chicks, they have no problem bringing you into that brokenness and then leaving you just as broken as everything has left them broken. I ain't got the time for that, bitch, man. Come on. We're not doing those out here. We're not doing those out here, man. Number 2, observe her at her worst. This reminds me of one of my favorite animes. It's actually called Death Parade, and it's basically about people who die. Basically, a bunch of people die, and their fates are decided by these people. Well, they're not really people, but they're dummies, and they basically force these people to do certain situations or play certain games where their morality is tested and you see their evil nature. They basically want to bring the most evilest nature possible out of the person so that they can judge them based on that, because they know you can't judge someone based on when shit is all good. Every girl is awesome when things are great. The emotion, even the biggest bitch, the biggest cunt in the world, if you catch her in a good mood or you catch her in a moment where you're dominant, she can now be there looking at you like a little girl. But eventually, when you're with her long term, when you're with her for hours and hours and hours, when that novelty wears off, you're gonna see that start to erode, and you're gonna see that true fucking, though you're gonna see her true fangs, you're gonna see her true nature come out, and it's not something that you want to see. The truth of the matter is, you have to observe a chick at her worst. Seeing one of the worst things that a chick can be, one of the worst characteristics that a chick can be is petty. If a girl is petty, it's terrible, because girls are very emotional. So if someone's petty, they're going to do very emotional, petty shit. They're going to be there talking about, oh, did you have a little dick? Or you didn't make me come? Or they're going to be talking a whole bunch of shit, and they're not going to have that character to be like, hey, shut the fuck up. Don't put that stupid fucking status on Facebook. Why would you air your dirty laundry out in front of everybody? Little things like that. You have to observe a chick at her worst. Sometimes you might end up being in an argument, and I hate to say it because it sounds fucked up, but there's been times where I kind of said something fucked up to a girl, and I just kind of, it wasn't so much, I was testing her a little bit. I wanted to see how she responded, because there's going to be times where if you say something fucked up to a chick and she just immediately responds with something super, even more fucked up back to you, that bitch is a toxic bitch. I'm telling you, man. You don't want to be around the type of chick where it's like, she will take one-upping you if it means saving her social fucking face. Like, oh my god, he said I have a smelly vagina, I'm gonna fucking call rape on him or some shit. I'm gonna tell everyone he fucking beat me when we were together, some crazy shit. It happens, man. It really happens. Number 3, she has to have a life purpose. If her main purpose in life is marriage and love and happiness, and she has little in mind about what she wants to pursue, she's basically a fucking goldfish. This is important. I know, man, a lot of times for men, it's like our main journey in life. That's like the main shit, and the dessert cherry on top is that woman who's beside us. But for a lot of women, it's like the main journey, their main journey in life. That shit is like this cherry on top, and the main thing is the love, their relationship and whatnot. And a lot of times, those are the chicks that don't even put that much into a relationship, or the reality is that they have so much focus on that being the end result, that once you finally get there, once you're married, once all the confetti is gone and cleaned the fuck up, and you're stuck in a room with her for multiple hours every single day, you're gonna see how she starts to not fuck with it. She starts to get ornery, she starts to get cranky. You're over here working on some shit, you look over, she's on her phone mindlessly scrolling. You know why? Because she has no fucking hobby. She has no bigger purpose fucking pursuing her. The bitch can't even knit or some shit across the room. You over here doing something productive and she's on her phone looking at useless fucking social media. Now you have to deal with a chick who seemed like a great chick because that she had this image, but now when you really have her alone with you, you realize how little there is to her. Especially girls, where if a chick's biggest fucking accomplishment is the amount of likes that she has on fucking Instagram, I mean, it's pretty obvious that what you're gonna get. A lot of times as dudes, we take these chicks who paint themselves as sex symbols, but it's like chicks, so much of chicks is already their looks and their vagina, and putting that shit as like their forefront, their card when it comes to attracting men. The fact that that is your only ace in the hole, the fact that that is the first thing that you represent yourself with, means that there's nothing else to you. Once you get past that sex symbol, what is there to her? Listen, I put it like this. There's gonna be times where you're working hard. I like when I'm able to work hard and a girl can be around me, but it's not this thing where I'm working hard, I look over and she's not doing shit, or she's looking at me like, well, I'm bored. Like, she can take her own time because she also has something she's working on. Hell, bitch could be doing Sudoku puzzles. Hey, that's fucking therapeutic. That's meditative. I could deal with that. But when chicks have nothing else going for them, the only thing they have going for them is their fucking social media page, their identity as a pretty girl. You know what I mean? You have sex with them, they're immediately putting on their makeup and dancing to music and all this type of shit. That's the only thing that they do in their spare time, is pretty themselves up. Unless the bitch is a makeup artist, man. I don't fuck with that, man. I do not fuck with that. Bitch is whack. I don't fuck with that. That was pretty bad. Number 4, her lifestyle has to suit yours. The reality is, as much as a chick's personality can be great, a lot of times, not that we aren't our lifestyles, but we can be a bit of our lifestyles. If a chick is over here partying every weekend, or say, for example, let me say something a little more realistically. There's chicks out there where if a month goes by and they didn't party or they didn't go out at least 2 weekends out of those 4 weekends, they feel like that month was like, I didn't get to live I didn't get to fucking, you know what I mean? Those are chicks out there. And here's the thing, if you yourself like parties and whatnot, you can fuck with that. But the reality is, if you're not that type, then you might not be able to fuck with that. If you were very active and you meet a girl who's a very homebody type of chick, she gets out of work and she just wants to go home, and you want to go out and fucking pursue the fucking world, and she doesn't do that, eventually it's going to be a problem. If you are over here seeking something better for yourself, seeking to unleash your best with women and beyond, in life and beyond, you over here pursuing some passion, pursuing some dream, pursuing some job. Meanwhile, she's at home eating fucking ice cream, watching Game of Thrones or watching whatever else is on fucking TV. She's over here saying little comments like, hey, you don't need to go to the gym, baby. You You look fine just the way you are. She's giving you all that type of shit, those little slide comments, those little things that point to her lifestyle being one that is sedentary, something that you do not fuck with. That is something that is going to be a problem, especially long term. A lot of times what's going to end up happening is that you are going to slowly resent that person. You're going to be there working really hard, busting your ass, then you look over and she's laughing at some stupid fucking meme pic, and you're there like, man, eventually that shit starts to wear on you. I'm telling you, man, it's not what you want to be. It's not the situation you want to be in. Number 5, observe her actions, not her words. Hey man, I think this is a good last 5th and final step. The truth of the matter is women have a great pen game. They have a great, especially if you give them fucking time to type some shit, they will type some Shakespearean type shit that will make the biggest simp do a complete 180. She could suck a whole football team's line of dicks all lined up, write a fucking sob letter, cry her eyes out, and a lot of big simps will still take that chick back. All I'm saying is, listen, that was a bit of an extreme example, but you need to observe chicks on their actions, not their words. Girls are great at talking. They're great at fucking doing whatever, molding to whatever situation to get the outcome that they want. But you have to look at their actions. If you say something, maybe some drama is started, maybe something happens where now you address it, you let her know, and she acts like, okay, I get it, baby, like that was a problem, I'm gonna stop it. And then within no less than fucking 2-3 weeks she's doing it again, and then does it again. Even after you have serious conversations, you sit her down, you let her know that that is something that you do not tolerate, and she lets you know that she understands, especially if afterwards when she violates that fucking rule, that agreement that you guys had, and then when you call her out on violating, how you said, hey, you said that you understood and you were gonna stop that shit. She acts like she doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, or like that conversation never happened. Those chicks, you need to go far away for those types of chicks, man. I don't want this list to be such a negative list, but sometimes the best way to get the most positive thing is to avoid all the negative things. If you avoid all these 5 things, if you make sure that the chick that you're fucking dating is not these 5 things, you make sure that the chicks that you surround in your harem or your circle or whatever you want to call it of women that you want to have in your life. Because even for me, I know, look, I'm not saying I'm a fucking preacher. I'm not saying I won't fuck some social media ADD fucking dumb bitch if she's bad once or twice or whatever the case is. But I'm at the point in my life where even my fuck buddies, I try to screen a bit. I don't want to have no knuckleheaded bitches around me, not even as a fuck buddy. Some dudes, they think that shit is cool to put this image of, yeah, I fuck with these chicks, she's a stripper, she's this, she's that. But a lot of times, man, when you have these toxic, boneheaded, fucking knuckleheaded bitches around you, eventually that shit is gonna catch up. I've seen it happen. It happened to me when I was younger, and I had to deal with a lot of drama. I dealt with chicks' parents calling my house, threatening to call the fucking cops. And even if I was a teenager then, the reason I haven't dealt with that as much drama now is because I've avoided those types of chicks. I've said, you know what, yeah, there's gonna be times where you're like, hey, damn, she's bad, I want to go for her, but you might need to have that discipline. You don't need to bag every single chick fucking moving. If she's walking down the street with her hand like this, she's fucking flicking her hair, she looks like she has nothing on her brain other than how she looks consciously, maybe it's good to just walk away. It's okay. You don't need to fuck every single pretty thing that moves, because ultimately when you bust that nut, you're gonna be there looking at the mirror wondering to yourself, man, what the fuck am I doing with this life, with this boneheaded bitch? I just want to get her out. How can I get her the fuck out? I guess I'll say I gotta go to my friend's house, get dressed, and then as soon as we leave, I'm gonna go right back into my fucking house. Don't be doing that, because the chicks around you are fucking... It makes funny stories later on when you're like, hey man, I left that bitch, I was stranded in a Dunkin' Donuts, and I was like, fuck it, it was worth it, dumb bitch. She fucking got into this big fight with me, and whatever the case was, she was a knucklehead, and it makes a great story. Haha, yeah, she keyed my fucking cars, it was crazy, man. You gotta avoid them crazy bitches. But when a lot of times it happens, it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun when getting half your shit taken. It's not gonna be fun when you're dealing with... I'm not gonna put a bunch of paranoia into your fucking head, but I'm just saying, man, you have to be aware of this. We can't all, because that's part of the reason why so many women have such toxic mindsets, because at the end of the day, we're willing to dick them down no matter what, as long as they're fucking pretty. We don't have that discipline to just be like, you can't, because overall, if we all as males start having more discipline about how women will act, naturally the culture is going to shift to where women are going to start to shape up. But unfortunately, man, with so many fucking white knights, with so many simps, there's a good chance that is far from happening, if it ever does happen. I mean, even throughout history, they will always say that women were second-class citizens, they suffered and all this, and at times I'm a little skeptical, because I just feel like they were always white knights since the beginning of time. They say wars were fought over vagina, and I believe it, man. I believe it, man. So check these 5 rules, man. With that being said, bro, it's been a great fucking episode. Hit that subscribe and like button, man. All I have to say, dude, is don't get caught slipping around these hoes, man. See you on the other side, pimp.